You know that feeling when you try a new product and it just clicks? You can't imagine life without it. And then, there are others that look great on paper, but you use them once and just never go back. So what's the difference? As people who build products, that's the billion-dollar question, right? Well, it's not just about features or funding. It's about psychology. We're going to break down the science of behavioral design, that hidden layer that separates the products we absolutely love from the ones we totally forget.
All right, to really get this, let's start in a place I like to call the graveyard of good intentions. It's packed with products that were well-funded, well-built, and honestly, should have worked. I mean, look at Google+. It had the entire weight of a tech giant behind it, some of the smartest engineers in the world, everything you could possibly want.
And hey, it wasn't just them. Remember the Zune? Microsoft threw everything they had at it. The hardware was actually pretty solid, the software was decent. The point is, these products had brilliant teams, absolutely massive budgets, and features that were often just as good or sometimes even better than their competition.
And if you want a more recent and kind of painful example, just look at Quibi. They burned through more than $1.3 billion in just 6 months before they had to shut it all down. There's a pattern here, and it's a huge lesson for any product team. A great idea on a whiteboard does not guarantee success out in the wild.
So that brings us right to the question we have to ask in every single product meeting. What went wrong here? And the answer, almost always, isn't a technology problem, it's a human problem. They failed because they didn't design for actual human behavior. They fell in love with their cool solution instead of the user's real problem. And because of that, they never, ever became a habit.
So this brings us to this powerful discipline that really separates the forgotten products from the unforgettable ones: behavioral design. And listen, for anyone building products today, this is not some nice-to-have skill. It's the critical piece that turns product that's just usable into one that's indispensable.
And this, right here, perfectly illustrates that leap from junior to senior product thinking. You see, traditional design, like the basics of UX, asks, is it usable? Can people find the buttons? And look, that's table stakes. You have to do that. But behavioral design goes so much deeper. It asks the real question: is it motivating? Is there a powerful reason for our user to come back tomorrow and the day after that?
So, what is it really? Well, behavioral design is just applying what we know about psychology to create experiences that actually guide and motivate people. It means we're moving beyond just thinking about pixels and wireframes. We have to focus on habits, on emotions, and on the deep-seated drivers behind why people do the things they do. Okay, so let's get into the mechanics of it. How do you actually do this? This isn't magic, it's a science. And it all starts with this incredibly simple but powerful formula from a Stanford researcher named B.J. Fogg that honestly, every product manager should have taped to their monitor.
The formula is B equals MAP. It means a behavior only happens when motivation, ability, and a prompt all come together at the exact same moment. This is the fundamental equation for any action you want your user to take.
Let's break that down real quick. Motivation is how much they want to do it. Ability is how easy you make it for them to do it. And the prompt is the trigger that says, do it now. If even one of those is missing, the behavior just fails. Think about that fitness app you downloaded with all the best intentions, right? Your motivation was super high. But maybe the workouts were too complicated, which crushed your ability. Or you just plain forgot about it. No prompt. One missing piece, and boom, the app gets deleted.
Now, B equals MAP is amazing for getting someone to do something once. But, that doesn't build a business. The real prize is retention, and that means building a habit loop. This is the secret that separates products we use once from the ones we literally can't live without. And for that, we have to look at Nir Eyal's brilliant hook model.
The whole loop kicks off with a trigger. Now, this can be external, like a notification popping up on your phone, but the real holy grail, the thing we're all after, is an internal trigger, an emotion. That feeling when a user is bored or lonely or a little bit uncertain, and their brain has learned that your product is the instant solution. That's incredibly powerful.
So that trigger leads to an action, and this is key, the simplest possible behavior a user can take to get a reward. Think about it, opening an app and just starting to scroll. The simpler the action, the more likely it is to become an automatic habit.
And here it is. This is the secret sauce, the variable reward. This is the part most product teams get wrong. The reward can't be predictable. It has to feel random. When you open your feed, you have no idea what you're going to get. A funny video, a message from a friend, or maybe nothing at all. That slot machine effect, that unpredictability, is what creates the craving to check again and again.
What's really fascinating here is the neuroscience behind it.
Our brains are literally wired for this stuff. The dopamine hit, that little buzz of pleasure, doesn't come from getting the reward. It comes from the anticipation of it. It's that maybe this time I'll find something great feeling that creates the powerful compulsion to just keep pulling the lever.
Okay, let's look at the final step that closes the loop and makes it stronger: investment. This is when the user puts something of value into the product. Their time, their data, their network, a playlist. Every single photo you post, every friend you add, makes the service more valuable to you. And it loads the next trigger, making it even more likely you'll come back. So, now we have the framework for how habits actually get built. But what are the deep-seated human motivations that are powering these loops in the first place? What fundamental problem are you really solving for your user?
So here's a huge lesson for any product team that's struggling with what to build next. The best products out there don't try to be everything to everyone. They absolutely dominate just 2 or 3 core human motivations and have the discipline to say no to the rest. I mean, look at Duolingo. It is laser-focused on our need for progress and purpose. Notion completely nails creativity and ownership. They're successful because they chose their lane and they went all in. This is how you learn to kill perfectly good ideas so you can focus on the great ones.
Now, it should be glaringly obvious by this point that these techniques are incredibly powerful. And as creators, as product people, that gives us a profound responsibility to use them ethically. This is where we have to draw a very hard line between persuasion and manipulation.
Near AI gives us a really simple gut check for this. Just ask yourself 2 questions. 1, would I use this product myself? And 2, does it materially improve my users' lives? If you can't give a strong, enthusiastic yes to both of those, you might be building what he calls a dealer product that just exploits users, not a facilitator product that actually helps them.
You always cross that line when you start using dark patterns. These are design tricks that benefit the business at the user's expense, and we've all seen them, right? Hidden unsubscribe buttons, fake only 2 left scarcity claims, trying to shame you into opting in. These are just cheap tricks that completely destroy user trust and, frankly, show you don't respect your user at all.
So here's the most important takeaway. As a designer, as a product manager, your real job isn't just to ship features. Your job is to design human behavior. You are literally shaping how people spend their most valuable resources, their time, their attention, and their money, and that is an enormous responsibility. So to do this responsibly, it all comes back to this one mindset shift. This is the biggest leap you can make from junior to senior product thinking. Stop defending your solution, your designs, your precious features. Instead, get completely obsessed with your user's problem. These powerful psychological frameworks we talked about, they're just tools. Use them to help people make real progress in their lives, and you'll end up building something truly valuable, something that actually lasts.